Have you ever thought about why our poop is always brown, no matter what we eat? Well, that all boils down to our blood. Your red blood cells are filled with a molecule called hemoglobin. This is the part that oxygen is bound to as it gets pumped throughout your body. Hemoglobin is made of, well, heme and globin. Pretty fitting name, eh? Heme is a molecule that looks something like this. There's an iron atom in its center, and that specifically is where the oxygen binds. Globin is a protein. Hemoglobin is actually made of two types of globin protein chains, alpha and beta. One hemoglobin molecule is made of 2 alpha chains and 2 beta chains, and each chain envelops a heme molecule. Red blood cells are made in the red bone marrow of the axial skeleton, the hip and shoulder girdles, and the ends, or epiphyses, of the humerus and femur. Our bodies make a whole lot of red blood cells, about 2 million every second. Of course, the number of red blood cells we have needs to remain relatively constant. A high red blood cell count is too much of a good thing. It increases blood viscosity, which makes it harder for the heart to pump blood around the body. So if we're making 2 million red blood cells every second, we also have to get rid of just as many. After about 120 days, old red blood cells are eaten by white blood cells called macrophages in the spleen. Hemoglobin is broken down into heme and globin. Globin is then broken down into amino acids. Heme is broken down into bilirubin, a yellow pigment. This, by the way, is the pigment that can cause jaundice. Bilirubin is picked up from the bloodstream by the liver and then secreted into the intestines as bile. Bile is then turned into stercobilin, which gets pooped out of our rear end, and it's this stercobilin that gives our poop its characteristic brown color.